Okay, well, Bitcoin, I'm bearish midterm. But short term, it's trading upward in the channel. It looks like a reversal, right? But it's coming off a bear flag. Let's see if I can draw that out and show it to you. Drawing to you. That is bearish right there, right? You see that where I circled? That's a that's the flagpole of a bear flag. And so, despite the fact you're going up in a channel now, right? Where the two white lines are, you're traveling within the channel, which short term you could trade that so long as it doesn't break below it. But if you look at midterm, that is a bear flag. So if it breaks that lower white trend line, then you got a possibility going much lower. So where would we go from there? What would be my choice for an entry? I look at previous areas of consolidation. So if you go back in here, right, you see all that chop sideways, chop to the downside, then it broke out. That in there started around 71,000 mark, maybe a little bit lower or higher even, but you could be right in there a good risk to reward, in my opinion. If we get there, I would expect a bounce. But right now, I'm just looking at that channel, and the channel is tradable. I've been trading this channel right in here between was that basically you just ride the lows and the high of that channel, and whenever it touches the lower trend line, if it doesn't break through, it's tradable. And the way I trade is I use a proxy like clean spark, for example, and I'll buy a call option on it when it hits the bottom of that channel. I've done it like 3 times in the last 2 weeks and have been profitable because what's happening here is they're trading that channel now until it breaks above that channel, like gets out of that upper trend line up in here somewhere, maybe it rides up to 97 to 100,000 even, because it's going to come back like this and chop up. So I want to be really extremely bullish unless I saw above 98 at a minimum. And then it definitely, if it breaks that upper trend line, it's changing structure at that point to the bullish upside. Uh, but like I said, it could break below. So you got to look for levels. And so the level I see is backed around 71,000, outside of maybe down the bottom of this right here, but I don't think we're going to necessarily get there. I'm just saying I'm trading this channel. So that's what I've been doing lately. And I've been using proxy. So, for example, I'll finance the call options I buy on CleanSpark by selling one or two cash secured puts. It partially finances. So what I'll do is I'll sell way out of the money out to January of 2027. I'll sell cash secured puts on both CleanSpark and Mara at a $5 strike, and they're lucrative, man. They paid me as much as $100 per contract. And then I'll use that money on those cash secured puts to help finance the calls I buy on CleanSpark. And with that, I'll do something similar where I go out at least a couple of months, maybe even the end of the year, give myself time to be correct. And I'm prepared to average out if I'm incorrect. We break this trend line, like we test it, and then we end up breaking below it. Well, I would average down. I'd average down at the bottom of the last support, 82, 83 maybe. And then I'd be more heavily influenced by call options down and around that white trend line at 71,000 I got marked out thereabouts. Anyway, that's what I see with Bitcoin currently. It's short term bullish because it's riding that channel right to the upside. But midterm, I think if it breaks that lower trend line, you got to be bearish, and with a possible downside around the 70,000 mark, 71,000 mark. All right, guys, take care. Bye.